The topic for this debate is this house believes that violent video games damage society. So, who is going for and against?
I am going against
I'm going
the
for.
motion.
Okay, so Harsh, you may start now.
Okay, so hello everyone, I'm Harsh. I would like to say, agree with the fact that violent games damage the society because there are a lot of reasons to that. Study shows that people who have played video games a long time in their childhood tend to be more aggressive in by their nature. And again, we have also seen such examples happening in India in the recent past, where games have led to certain things that have damaged the society very well, like the Blue Whale game, which happened to release a year earlier, and so many people, children suicided after that, and how it affected the brains of people is shows that what violent games can do if they are not taken by the right audience. So I think that violent games can do a very bad effect on the society, but what they should do is that they should maintain a level of decency in the game so that people can actually benefit from it, because it is a good fact that games can be very helpful in developing brain power, IQ, and all lot of things, puzzle solving. A lot of things can be developed using games, by playing games. But if we create a lot of violent games where blood is all there, all around there, uh, like GTA, Vice City, Call of Duty, PUBG, these games tend to be very violent for the children who are below the age of 13, because there is a used to be a prescription in the video games that we used to buy from malls or from anywhere, that it is for children above 13. But nowadays it is very much accessible for anyone, and anyone can download it very easily. So I think the first job is of the parents to avoid their children from playing these games, and the next step is that the government should do something about it, because these games are actually promoting some bad things in our society. Because there are a lot of instances where people have turned these things into real life mishappenings. In United States, about 90% children play video games, which contribute to a large industry, and more than 50% of these are violent games. So this comes to the fact that how much children have liked violent games and how they don't know about it. So that's how I would like to end the speech. Thank you.
Okay, Anshu, you may start now.
Okay, hello everyone. I would like to speak against the motion. I disagree that violent game actually uh, contributes back to the society. Like for me, like adults view this game industry as a form of isolation. But for me, playing a game, for example, any multiplayer game, it creates a form of group. You are forming a group to do something. It improves your hand-eye coordination, your problem-solving skills, and you are participating in a group. And most of the things, main point is that this violent game is in demand. For example, what you said was that PUBG, COD, and any other violent game, it's always in demand. We don't like to play flash games, right? But it's same in the case of movies too. There are violent movies, but there are certain age restriction which is not followed in game industry. The main solution can be the parent should, rather than preventing the child from playing it from the first place, they should educate them the what game should they should play at a certain age, because after a certain age they have the maturity to understand it's just a game and it's just a form of entertainment. For example, if I have a very stressful day and if I go and play PUBG and get a chicken dinner, that it's actually benefiting me, it's reducing my stress. And there are a lot of less number of cases where the in-game violent action reflects in the real life. So that's all I want to point out.
Okay, so the ground is open for rebuttals now.
Okay, so I would like to ask a question that you are completely disagreeing to the fact that it does not contribute any bad to the society. So a few questions are: violent games like Blue Whale, what is the counter you have in those games, in those scenarios, and also in the fact that people tend to become very introvert playing games long hours. They don't get the conversation skills and talking to people. They are scared, they are always indoors. How do you defend these things about these games?
Yeah, but there should be a certain limit. Like you can't watch movies all day. You can't do everything. If you do it in a larger extent, it forms an addiction, and addiction in anything is bad. It's common for everything, not only video games. It's common for everything. You can't be addictive to anything. And what you pointed out about Blue Whale, it was something different. It was not a like COD and PUBG. It's publicly accepted game, and Blue Whale was not that. It was something different. You could not even download it properly from any particular website. You have to go it in a much larger process. So that's different viewpoint. If you're pointing out Blue Whale game, but violent games, suppose a first person shooter games like GTA, PUBG, and COD, it's are publicly accepted and sold out. But it has to be from of a certain age group and a certain amount of time that should be regulated. That was the point.
Okay, so now I would like to ask Anshu that you said that children can play in groups these games,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this improves their uh, matlab, communication skills maybe. So don't you think
yeah.
they can improve those skills by playing in ground, by playing outdoor games and not these violent games, staying at home and damaging their eyesight?
Yeah, like most of them are not good at sports, but they feel less incompatible while playing football or cricket, but more because some of them are better than them. But in a home and or in a multiplayer game, they can feel a sense of achievement that they have done something. And when from in a group, it they are doing a multitasking thing. They're talking and playing and seeing the enemy. That they are handling many things together. It improves a certain amount of skill. And playing outdoor games had lot more benefits. That's different. But uh, I'm just pointing out that uh, playing video games is not completely bad, but certain amount of addiction can be harmful.
Hmm. Okay, so my next question for you is that you said that violent games are more interesting than normal games. Don't you think
Yeah,
that this is really wrong that we support violent games because they're interesting?
like we love action movies, right? We love where there is an action or we contribute to some mission or something. Like most of the violent game has a kind of mission to you have to complete it. You some there is a sense of achievement to it. You have to solve a puzzle, you have to solve a mission, and you have to kill certain amount of enemies. Like it kind of reduces your stress. Like you have a stressful day and you come home and just play a PUBG and you are acting in a group, and that's a it's not violent but it reduces the stress. And most of the flash game or uh, old games that were there in market, it was not that attractive per se. It's kind of society we live in.
Hmm, okay. So anyone has any other question for them, audience?
I have a question. I have a question for Harsh. Let's see. Okay, so Harsh, in a lot of countries let, for example, North Korea, enlistment in the army has been made compulsory. This has been made with the purpose in mind to teach the citizens real life skills, survival skills, and the skills that is required to be there in the army. So, video games that simulate the life in the army or the encounters that the soldiers face while being in the army. So, don't you think that these games, even though they are violent, will go on to teach the citizens some survival skills, some life hacks without putting into question the risk of their lives?
Yes, yes. Okay, I get your question. So I would like to say that yes, there are a few games who will kind of teach the children that how they can live their life in the army. But at the very tender age of being a children, being a child, there are a lot of games that can cause harmful effects also. Like in there is not every game that supports these things. Like GTA, if you play, you can hit anyone, kill anyone, do anything you want just for the sake of that game and release your stress. So I those things can teach the children a lot of bad things also, like misusing using bad words in society and doing bad things to women, anything like that. It can contribute to those things also, and it can also contribute to those bad things. So that's why I was saying that these games can contain a lot of bad things also and a lot of good things also.
Hmm. Okay, so now you
Okay.
both can deliver. Okay, Shankar, you were saying something.
Um, yeah, I had a question for Angshu actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Angshu, the blood, and there have been a lot of violent scenes which are censored in a lot of movies, specifically
Yeah.
because of the children, that the children do not witness it.
Yeah.
There are so many violent
Yeah.
movies that are rated by the censor board because of the same.
Yeah.
So don't you think that the same
Yeah.
should be applied to games as well, so that
Yeah. Yeah.
children do
Actually,
not get access to such violent and gory graphics?
yeah, it's actually every game is rated R or A adult. It's rated all the Rockstar games, GTA games, and Max Payne. Every Rockstar games is rated adult 18 plus. But the thing is, it's not followed as in movies. Like that's why I told the solution is our parents says that don't watch this movie now. You're not that age. But our parents should also come and sit with us and play a game and see is that game is suitable for us or not. In that, in if you are young enough, so that should be a step that should be taken from in our home, our guardian, and the government
Can I
and
ask a
other
follow
games
up
are
question?
already. Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. So the follow up question is, with the technological advances that are happening in science, uh, would
Yeah.
you accept the fact that with the use of AI, as well as with the use of some with the use of the camera that is there in the device, if it
Mhm.
senses that the person who's playing the game is a minor, the game won't
Mhm.
work, like it won't even start. If this is implemented in video games, would you accept it?
Yeah, I would accept that. I would accept that. That should be a regulating body because if you are a minor and you want to go watch an adult movie in a cinema hall, they are not allowed to do so. But yes, you can do that. But it's very hard to implement because most of the games we don't pay for it. We download it from torrent. So it's very hard to implement that in a real system. But it can be implemented in online gaming or multiplayer, which is authentic. You are buying it by paying some money. But if you're downloading it from pirate from torrents, but it's very difficult to regulate who is playing the game and implement AI in that. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
fine.
now
That
you both
that answers
can.
my question.
So now you both can deliver your closing statements. Hirsch, you go first.
Okay, so I would like to end my statement by saying that some games should be banned, like the ones that directly contribute to the society in bad ways. But the ones which are being contributed indirectly can actually be rated for the different age groups of children and can do the good things to the society, like puzzle solving, and a lot of things are there which can do a great favor for the society, for the young children who can grasp a lot of skills to that. But the bad games which have bloodshed, a lot of fighting, unnecessary fighting, which can contribute to the bad behaviors of the children, which can make them rude, intolerant, arrogant. These games should be banned, and some types of steps should be taken against them because they contribute a lot of bad to the society. Yes, thanks.
Okay,
And
Anshu.
I would like to conclude by saying that rather than banning things at first go, rather than implement a regulatory body to maintain game for a certain age, amount of group, but Shankajit said that there should be AI implemented in every game to detect mine and all. This should be properly implemented, and all the pirated sites should be blocked. Because if you want to play the game, you have to buy for it. It should be as we are now doing with songs and movies. There are certain sites where you can buy properly. They should also be implemented in games, and 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 think overall the gaming industry is an entertainment from it's not should be taken personally. It's just an entertainment to reduce your stress.